We're going to talk about macromolecules. Now, you've already watched the video about macromolecules with the amoeba sisters. They rolled you through the four big categories of macromolecules, and you understand that macromolecules, micro means small, macro means big. These are big molecules that perform special functions within the body. One of the biggest things we need to understand about macromolecules is that they are like a pearl necklace. Each one of the pearls is identical, for the most part, to the other pearls. But when they're strung together, they become a necklace or a bracelet. Macromolecules are made of monomers that are strung together into a polymer. So what's going on here is that just like an individual pearl is part of a necklace, an individual monomer is part of a polymer. Just like a pearl necklace is made of individual pearls that are all pretty much the same. A polymer is made of individual monomers strung together that are all pretty much the same. And there's a specific correlation between monomers and polymers. So, a monomer is one type of monomer is an amino acid. An amino acid is the monomer of a protein. So the proteins in that protein shake, each protein is made of a group of amino acids strung together, one after the other, after the other, after the other, after the other. So in doing that, what you have this specialized molecule that's large that is made of all these tiny pieces. Amino acids go with proteins. Fatty acids go with lipids. So you get a bunch of fatty acids all lined up together, tick, 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 tick. You end up with a lipid or something like wax or oil or fat on your steak or fat on your chicken that is a lipid. The easy one to remember, monosaccharides and polysaccharides. A monosaccharide is a simple sugar, sometimes just one or two sugars stuck together, two sugar molecules stuck together. And that's things like your table sugar, the maltose that is found in many different soft drinks, the sugar in your fruit. That monosaccharide, those monosaccharides, when they're stuck together in longer strings, are polysaccharides. So the monosaccharide is the monomer, the polysaccharide is the polymer. Mono, poly. Makes sense. And then finally, you have nucleotides. Nucleotides, they are the building blocks, the pieces that are used to put together a nucleic acid. Now, a nucleic acid is your DNA. Your DNA and the RNA in your cells, those are nucleic acids. Nucleic acids are used primarily to transmit genetic information. Polysaccharides and monosaccharides are used primarily for quick energy. You eat that candy bar right before you go and you get involved in the soccer game. Lipids are for storing energy long term. If you eat more calories than you use, your body stores those calories for later use as lipids, as fats. Amino acids are what make up proteins, and proteins do 9 different types of jobs in the body. They are kind of the Swiss Army knife of the macromolecules. Now you're going to need to know these monomers, these polymers, and which monomer goes with which polymer, because on the SOL and other major tests, it's going to be an issue that comes up every time. You're going to need to fill out a chart like the one you see on the notes here, time after time. Specifically, we're going to hit this, and the idea here is that mainly that if they took us as human beings, or pretty much any living cell, and they boiled it down for the main parts, you'd have carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, phosphorus, and sulfur. That's what we're mostly made of. So if you find, say, a burn residue somewhere, and it's mostly those things, that would be formerly a living being.